Hello, everyone. Hello. Yes, this is my first live. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys? Healing message. Just trying to send a comment. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to be I decided I want to go live because I just finished a bunch of readings. I'm in like a reading energy and I wanted to offer healing messages to my community. Hope you guys are well. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm not doing collabs right now, but I am on here offering messages. Let's see. So yeah, if you want a healing message, I'm just doing self-focused messages. Feel free to comment your first name plus a message, an intention for yourself. Let's see. Jordan, what is holding me back from inner union? All right, Jordan, let's take a look into your energy. I'll invite your guides to be present. Kind of feeling like I have this beautiful spirit oracle animal deck here. Okay. Actually, let me pin this so I can focus on it. Welcome, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for all the likes. I am offering free healing messages focused on self. All right, Jordan, what is holding me back from inner union? We have brown bear spirit, take time out. Let's see, what is holding Jordan back from inner union? What can Jordan do to get into alignment? Bring a gentle touch, okay. It's interesting because with this card, you might have a pattern of being very hard on yourself. I'm almost feeling this energy of spirit saying to rest. There's always enough. There could be like a lack mentality, maybe not enough time. I would say the message here is really to take time to nurture yourself. There's also an energy of maybe your parents teaching you to be really hard on yourself. This is a really strong energy of getting into self-love, getting into the self-love energy. There is always enough. There's always enough time. This could also refer to your own self-worth, like for you to really focus on deeply loving yourself and knowing that you are enough. Let's pull a card from the Frequency Tarot. Guys, this is one of my favorite decks. It's an oracle deck that Teal Swan made. And the messages are really beautiful. What can Jordan... Ooh, okay, all the cards just fell out. Oh my god. Okay, you know what's so funny? You know how I was just talking about self-love? Wow. Okay, so the deck kind of like exploded and fell everywhere. And we have the Nurture card. Nurture and Mother in reverse. So this is literally exactly what I was saying, actually. This is all about nurturing yourself, being self-loving, and this Mother card in reversed is really significant here. Our mother teaches us and role models how to be in a self-love energy, which is really important when it comes to manifesting in union, attracting the unconditional love in your external reality. This is all about self-love. So I'd honestly say, Jordan, take a look at kind of the way that you talk to yourself, like your inner world, and you really want to be focusing on almost tending to your emotions and your triggers and your insecurities, and speaking to yourself the way a very loving, emotionally intelligent mother would. Chocolate cake is the best cake. I do love chocolate as well. Does that make sense, Jordan? Do you have any questions around that? It's really just about being self-loving, having a really positive inner dialogue, and nurturing yourself, and realizing also part of like that energy is being really compassionate and patient with yourself, like not pushing yourself to do things that you're not ready to do. Let's see. Yes, because I certainly won't get it from her. I hear that a lot in readings that I do. And honestly, it's also about if someone isn't able to be with you and have the emotional bandwidth to give you that love, to realize that it's not a reflection of your own self-worth. Just like this, There's Always Enough card, which is talking about self-worth. Having like, it's almost about having unconditional love towards yourself and others. I hope that helps, Jordan. And also, I have a lot of videos on my page where I kind of walk through like how to talk to your inner child, how to love yourself. So if you need like a step-by-step process, just scroll down and I have it all labeled and you can try following those processes. Yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see. Crystal here. Welcome, Crystal. Thank you so much for being here. What is one thing Spirit wants me to know for me right now? Of course, Jordan, you're so welcome. Okay, let's tune into Crystal's energy. Let me reset my cards. And then I'll get to Sandy right after. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome. I'm offering free healing messages for your twin flame journey. They're self-focused, so if you have a question about personal healing or your own journey, feel free to comment your name and your question. I'm just doing some free readings today. Hello, Hannah. How are you? I hope you're doing well. All right, guys, let's reset the energy. Okay, Crystal, what is one thing that Crystal Spirit Guides would like her to know about her journey? I'm actually really being drawn to my tarot deck, and I recently got this deck on vacation. It's the Moon and Stars Tarot. Guys, it's such a beautiful deck. If any of you are like tarot fans or like collectors, this deck is so beautiful and honestly is very beginner friendly. All right, what is one thing Crystal Spirit Guides would like her to know about her journey? Please bring through the messages that are for her highest good, ultimate healing. What does Spirit want Crystal to know? Okay. This is an interesting energy. Okay, so one energy or one phrase that's kind of coming through is I am hearing social anxiety. So, okay, so we have the Moon card falling out with the Queen of Wands. I can kind of understand this right away. This is very interesting. You know, the Queen of Wands is a very charismatic, divine, feminine, powerful energy, but with the Moon card, misinterpretation, it can talk a lot about subconscious fears. It's interesting because I feel that what your guides really want to talk about here is you stepping into really your confidence, like, and I feel it has to do with your confidence when it comes to other people as well. There's just something about really stepping into your own self-worth, sharing your ideas, sharing your creative energy, and more of your personality. Yeah. And the Moon card is really a card of subconscious fears. It's interesting. I wonder if you worry about how other people are going to perceive you, which kind of stops you from stepping into this energy. Of course. Welcome, everyone. I'm just doing free readings right now for healing. Can you see the deck? Yes, it's this deck, the Moon and Stars Tarot. Let me know if that makes sense, Crystal. I just feel this very encouraging message from your guides to really show more of yourself, to step into more of your confidence and to own your personal power. Like the Queen of Wands is not afraid to kind of express her energy, to like let kind of her fun, creative. Also, okay, it's interesting because this is also an energy that's really tied into the inner child. Like if you think about how to be your most magnetic self, it's really tied to connecting to your inner child, and it's kind of like your creativity. I grew up LDS and divorced came out. I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean by LDS? Welcome everyone. I'm just doing healing messages. Of course, thank you. I've followed you for a while. It's so beautiful to have you here. I'm going to try to do lives more often. This is my first live in a really long time, but I've kind of felt like called to do more, to kind of like get on, sit with the community, pull some cards. I've just been feeling so inspired. Are you in 3D union with your twin? Yes. Welcome, Kat. Yes, I have. Okay, I'm going to get to Sandy first, but Crystal, let me know if that makes sense. Allowing myself to take up space. I feel like my inner teenager is wanting to have attention. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, because the Queen of Wands is very much like an outward feminine energy. She's almost like, think of like an actress or a dancer or a performer. She's very like, she loves to share her energy. Hi, Hannah. Yes, of course. Just comment your name and your question. So I'm doing self-healing messages right now. If there's anything about your healing journey that is kind of focused on the self, feel free to ask it, and I will tap into spirit and get a message for you as well. Yeah, and this is honestly, Crystal, this is all about giving yourself permission to take up space. I can completely relate to this too. Like I was even nervous to go live because it's like you're in front of so many people. There's so much energy, so many eyes on you, but it's almost like, it almost feels like we might be going through similar things right now. So that's so beautiful. Let me pull, I want to pull you one more card from my Frequency Tarot deck. This is my Teal Swan deck, and I love this deck. I always use this deck, if you guys want to look it up too. It's very good for healing. Like if you're doing any kind of energetic healing. LDS is Mormon. Okay, I see. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. I've actually worked with a lot of people who have like a Mormon background. And part of that is you can almost end up suppressing your creative life force energy. And so I think through the journey of awakening, you're kind of learning that it is sacred. It's not something to be ashamed of. Your sexual creative energy, it's all the same. It's about really embracing that. Okay, wait, we had a card flip. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay. I swear to God, I hope these lives are recorded because synchronicity when I'm doing reading is always so crazy. Literally, the creativity card, right? I just talked about how the Queen of Wands is so creative, so exuberant, so expressive, creativity. You know what I'd really recommend, Crystal, is I'd recommend thinking about the kinds of artwork that you like to do. Creative expression could be poetry, writing, acting. I do acting. That's a huge part of my life and creative expression. Singing, painting, drawing, anything creative that will kind of help you anchor in and heal your sacral chakra energy, which will help you be more confident, exuberant, holding that Queen of Wands energy. You are an artist, actually. That's perfect then. Like these cards are so on point then. Yeah, you love to dance. Definitely lean into dance. I've read for so many dancers in the past, and there is such like something I've noticed with dancers and starseeds in particular is that there is always such like a purpose behind dance. You're expressing, you're processing energy in a very unique way. So that is such a beautiful message. Okay. I'm going to read the guidebook and then we will move to Sandy. Sandy, let me know if you're still in here. Let me read this message first. But honestly, you have such a beautiful energy. Okay, so here's what this card says. It says, if you've drawn this card upright, transcend the traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, or the like to create new meaningful things. If you have been in resistance to your creativity, this is a good time to let it out of the bag. Yeah, I'm really feeling your guides like highlighting that message. If you've been in resistance to your creativity, let it out. They're almost saying like, don't push it away. I do feel from your energy that you've probably dealt with people who have, in some way or another, intentionally or not, kind of like caused you to repress your creative energy, or it can even be like your personality. So this is really like an encouraging message from Spirit. Lean back into that, and also make sure you're making friends with people who are really understanding of you. I remember you mentioned like the Mormon background, so make sure that you're making friends with people who are really embodying the place you want to be as an artist, like how open you are, kind of that Queen of Wands energy. I feel like I don't know how to let it out. I would say just start with honoring your feelings is what Spirit wants to say. Honor your feelings, and when you have a creative feeling, act on it. When you have a creative impulse, dance. It's about like removing the lag time between the idea and the expression. So I hope that helps, Crystal. Thank you so much for being here and letting me tap into your energy. You have such a beautiful energy. I really hope that helps. Okay, so let me scroll back up and try to find this message. Okay, Sandy, let me see if I can pin this so I don't lose it. Okay, Sandy, how do I navigate not feeling anything for my twin flame? So first of all, I want to say that's very normal. I see people ask this a lot because numbness is almost like an emotional, it's an emotional response. It's a way that like the body kind of shuts down when there's emotional overwhelm or like nervous system overwhelm. Ooh, okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's tap into your energy. How can Sandy navigate or heal this numbness of not feeling anything for her twin flame? How can we navigate this numbness? How can I navigate this numbness? And Kat, I will get to you after. And everyone, welcome if you're just coming in now. I'm offering healing messages, personally focused messages for your twin flame journey. So if you'd like a message, just comment your name and your question, and please make it focused on yourself. Let's see. Okay. Well, we have the King of Swords coming out, which is all about the mind, Sandy. This is all about the mind and being, especially in Western society, there's almost like this domination of the mind over our emotions. So this is likely a message to really get more into your emotions. If you're not feeling anything for someone who you have a soul connection with, where you previously had feelings, that's really a sign of burnout. Like it's your emotional system basically saying, I'm really tired and I need to recuperate. I need to heal. Let me pull some cards for my spirit animal deck. And ooh, okay. Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. So, Sandy, I wonder if some of your apathy is coming from a past experience where you felt like you poured a lot of energy into this person, and the apathy might even be a result of feeling like that isn't reciprocated. Like, yeah, like that emotional burnout. Okay, so we have another card. Turn knowledge into wisdom. It's interesting. Can I get clarity? Nothing is wasted. Can you please clarify this? I'm hearing the phrase tending to yourself, and my guides are almost stepping forward and they're showing me this image of shears. So I also want to say, as I am channeling these messages for specific people, if you are resonating with this message and it's not technically your reading, please still take it, because one person can ask a message, but it's almost like the collective will come through and give messages that can resonate for any and all, okay? Trust in divine detours. Okay, sorry, I'm all over the place with this message. So Spirit showed me this image of taking these shears and trimming an overgrown tree. You want to really trim anything excess in your life and organize your emotional space so you have more emotional space to breathe, to recuperate. It really is a message of rest. So I hope that's helpful, Sandy. I really feel there's nothing too much to not like worry about in this situation, but it's like your guides are saying, give yourself grace to trim away anything that's draining you and really rest, okay? Really get some rest, okay? Let's see. Let me know if that's helpful, Sandy, if you're still here. Julia, okay. We'll do Julia and then, okay, actually let me get to Hannah first because I think Hannah was here earlier and then I'll get to Julia. So let me pin this. I don't know why TikTok is not keeping it pinned. Hopefully it stays. Okay. Hannah, what do I need to know right now? Okay, so let me ask your guides to bring forward a message. I'm feeling like, let's use the Frequency Tarot deck, okay? These cards are so beautiful. Whoop! I'm dropping them. I'm losing them. These cards are so beautiful, you guys. What does Hannah need to know right now? What does Hannah need to know right now? What is a message that is for her highest good and ultimate healing? What does Hannah need to know right now? Okay. Non-attachment. Okay. We have the non-attachment card, Hannah. So this is interesting. Let me read into this. Okay, so with this non-attachment card, what I'm kind of hearing here, Spirit say, is detach in a healthy way. Detach specifically, it's about separating your sense of self-worth from something external. So this almost feels like a big life theme. There's a message that to manifest what you're wanting to manifest, to move forward in the way that you're wanting to move forward, and to really heal and receive this abundance in love and also in your life in general. It's about releasing attachment to the outcome. And Spirit is highlighting this line. They're saying, try to release your desperation for what you desire. This card suggests that you would benefit by releasing your grasp to people, concepts, things, cravings. When you release your grasping, you come into a vibration of allowing and non-resistance. And as a result, you experience both peace and a heightened perspective. Not only that, when you release your grasping to a certain outcome, you're actually making the space for an even better option to take place. It's interesting because I almost feel that in your situation, it's possible that staying attached to something, whether it's a person, place, thing, concept, idea, or timeline, will keep you anchored at a lower vibration. When I feel like moving into the space of non-attachment, detaching, and kind of and almost saying this affirmation of everything that I'm desiring to manifest, whether it's union or just in general, it's almost saying it's from within me. It's not separate. It will come from an energy of detachment where it's almost like it's mine. Like it's an energy of it's mine. Like you already have it. That's really advice to kind of shift into that manifestation fulfilled state. Welcome in, Taiwo. I hope I'm saying your name right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know if that makes sense, Hannah. If you have any questions around that. Because I really feel this is about something you're manifesting. Yeah. Just moving into that space of non-attachment. Alright, let's see. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. I'm going to tap into Julia's question now. All right, Julia, let me know if you're still here. You asked, tell me something I need to hear. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. Guys, I am so sorry if I'm missing your roses or your gifts. This is my first TikTok live. I have no idea what's going on. So thank you so much. I'm so sorry if I missed it. Ali, thank you so much for the roses. Thank you. Yes, Hannah, I did just do your reading. Basically, the message was non-attachment. And it was about releasing your grasp to people, places, things, timelines, or outcomes. And about how sometimes when we're in attachment, we're tying our self-worth to something. So the message from Spirit was really to detach. But if you want, you can DM me and I can try to get the replay of the live so that you can see the initial reading. Just DM me and I will try to get that for you. I might be able to upload it and send you the link. But thank you so much for your question. Okay, so I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so discombobulated. This is like my first live. I'm trying to figure it out. Nope, no problem, Hannah. It's all right. Yeah, just DM me and I will try to send you the VOD. Welcome, Queen Sneezy. Welcome in. Welcome to everyone who's joining. So I'm offering free healing messages. If you want a healing message or you have a question about something personal in your healing journey, your spiritual awakening journey, your twin flame journey, feel free to comment your name plus your question. I will probably do around 5 more. Okay, so I was at Julia. Let me know, Julia, if you are still here. If not, I will maybe move on to the next person. Let me see who asked the question. Taiwo. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Are you still here, Taiwo? Let me know if you guys are still here, and I will do the next person. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for all of the hearts. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're receiving some healing energy from this live. I hope Spirit is bringing through messages that are helpful to you guys. I'm getting all these decks mixed up. Okay. Still here? Okay, so let's do Taiwa's question. I hope I'm saying your name right. Taiwo says, what do I deeply need to know right now? Okay, Spirit. What does Taiwo deeply need to know right now? What is the message for Taiwo's highest good and ultimate healing? What can you bring through? Okay. 6 of Swords falling out. Movement in this deck. The 6 of Swords can also be an energy of transition. Transition and change. Sometimes it can also be about moving from one place to another. Let's see, we have another card that just flipped. We have Page of Swords, education. Okay, so education, the Page of Swords is sometimes about school. 6 of Swords, can I get more clarity? What is the message here? 9 of Cups in reversed. Okay, this is a really interesting energy. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Angie. Thank you for your question, Queen. Let's get this reading through, and then I will also look at your guys' questions. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. Okay, this is kind of interesting. Taiwo, do you have a more specific question? Because we have cards coming out, but the energy feels like there's not a whole lot of direction. Let me know if you have a very specific question, because these cards are a little vague. Sometimes also Spirit asks us to, like, sometimes when we're getting a reading and Spirit isn't coming through that clearly, or a message isn't coming through that clearly, is because the way that Spirit works is they really respect your free will. And so sometimes if we don't internally or even verbally have a really strong intention, sometimes the messages don't come through as strongly. Let's see. Your life physically, mentally. Okay. I'm going to switch to one of my other decks. I don't know why I'm having trouble with this one. Let's use the Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Okay. I'm going to ask your guides to come in strongly. Taiwo's guides, please come in strongly, and please deliver a message that is for Taiwo's highest good for their life, physically and mentally. What is the message that you want to deliver? 9 of Action. It says, you've worked hard to create the things you cherish in your life, such as beloved relationships, amazing accomplishments, and hearth and home. Rest assured that all these treasures and you are being constantly protected by your angels. In return, Mother Earth, the animals, and the environment need your protection. Okay. This is, I don't know, I'm having trouble reading this one. This is interesting. 9 of Emotion. Okay, so we have a repeat message here. So earlier I was shuffling, and the 9 of Cups fell out from my tarot deck. So the 9 of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment. We have a repeat 9 coming. 9 in Emotion. This is a magical time in your life when wishes are granted and dreams come true. It may seem that good luck is following you, but actually these happy times are just your reward for being a loving and wonderful person. Queen of Pentacles, stability. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. Let me know if you have like a really specific question, because sometimes with more general questions or readings, Spirit doesn't want to overstep. Let me know if you have like a more specific question. I can maybe come back to you in a bit. No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that sometimes the energy doesn't come through that clearly. Like, it comes through most easily if we have a really specific intention. But kind of what's coming through is like a little bit generic. Yeah. I'm not getting a strong read on that. I'm so sorry, my love. Let's see. Okay, so welcome everyone. Let me catch up on the chat. Please give me a second. How do I get a reading from you? Welcome, Squee Girl. So I'm offering free healing messages right now. So if you have a question specifically about your twin flame journey or manifesting love, that really is my specialty. Feel free to let me know your name plus your question that pertains to you. And I'm going through all of them. After last person, ask a person question. Okay, sounds good. So decline. I'm not going to be doing any, I don't know what's going on. I'm new to TikTok Live. Okay, let's see. So, y'all, let me catch up. Okay, Angie and Jen, are you guys still here? Because I can read into you next. Let me know if Angie and Jen, let me know if you're still here. Let's see. Okay, Angie. Okay, who was first? Let me see. Angie. Okay, let's do Angie first, and then I will just go descending. And I'll probably do around 4 more readings, okay, guys? 4 or 5 more readings. Angie, anything I need to hear would be great. Angie's guides, please step in. What does Angie need to hear for her highest good and ultimate healing? Oh, higher purpose. Okay, this is really interesting. So Angie, if you've gone through a spiritual awakening recently, or you're just in the spiritual community, I feel that your guides kind of want to get you on track with your purpose, is kind of the message that has come through. Now, this is coming through really strongly. Yeah, energy is definitely flowing here. So this card says higher purpose, and this is from the Teal Swan deck, by the way. If you've drawn this card upright, the first step in finding meaningful purpose in every aspect of your life is to open the door to the aspect of you which chose into this life in the first place, your eternal non-physical self. Yeah, this is a very spiritual message. Angie, you might be very intuitive yourself is kind of a message that I'm getting. It's interesting because I oftentimes do readings for people, and sometimes people's guides will come in and just talk about how their guides are really urging them to like develop their intuition, even that they're meant to be a reader themselves, whether it's reading for themselves or other people. Yeah, there's definitely like an intuitive energy coming through. Wow. Festivity, synchronicity, healing. You're definitely, okay, so I can kind of see a picture that is being painted here. Being a starseed, a light worker, a healer, it's almost like you are definitely a healer. I can feel that with this healing card. You're definitely drawn to spirituality for a reason. Pay attention to the things that you are drawn to. Okay, so for example, if you are drawn to, Angie, like healing modalities or manifestation or meditations, or if there's something that you are being called to learn, like a skill, really pay attention to that, because oftentimes the things that we are drawn to most are our higher self's way of guiding us towards the work that we're meant to do. And I really see that with the higher purpose card coming out. Synchronicity, healing, festivity. Let me look at what festivity means. I've seen this card before, but let's see. Festivity. It is time to celebrate. What can I celebrate? Make this day special. This is really about leaning deeply into your spirituality, into your intuition, into your gifts, into your spiritual experiences. Yeah. Let me know if that resonates, and if you have another specific question related to this. Let me channel a spirit animal card for you. It just feels like your guides are really urging you to indulge yourself in learning and spirituality. Watch and wait. The seahorse spirit. It's It's almost about an unfolding with your gifts. Life is speeding up. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Yeah. Okay, there's just something about skills here. Really stepping into your purpose. Your twin flame finally came back. He's coming to visit me in CA this Thursday. Oh, that's so beautiful. Time for a deep dive. I would definitely say Spirit is saying, use this as a time and an opportunity to delve into your spirituality, because whatever your twin flame is triggering or inspiring within you is really linked into your life purpose, into the greater picture of you, and also your healing. There's a lot to celebrate with the festivity card, so let yourself have a good time. Also, pay attention to synchronicities and messages that are coming through, because whatever is coming through in this connection, it's meant to be very healing. And it just has this feeling of this starseed awakening and healing. Yeah, but really pay attention to signs and dive into any skills. Be loyal to what you love. Sometimes this comes out as like an inner child message. If there were things you were very passionate about as a child, delve back into that. Being loyal to what you love, really operating from your heart chakra, making sure that you're being grounded in your heart chakra too. And don't be nervous about communication is what Spirit is saying. Like, really trust in divine detours. Yeah, there's so many like different animal spirits coming through. This is almost about being really anchored in your intuition. Yeah. Trusting your intuition around this visit. I hope that was helpful, Angie. I hope that brought you some clarity and healing. Let's see. I'm sure it will go beautiful. Oh, Kindred Soul. Okay, this was I was putting the cards away and this kind of jumped out. That's kind of like your final message. Kindred Soul is about coming into union with your, I forget what they call it in this deck, but it's about like your divine counterpoint. It's kind of like this mirroring and this beautiful energy where you're so inspired by a soul connection in your life. It's very healing. It's very uplifting. So yeah, that's just a double confirmation for you. Yeah. All right, that's so beautiful. Okay. So thank you so much for asking that question. I hope it was helpful and healing. Okay. Jen, Queen Sneezy, let me know if you're still here because we can do yours next. Let me know if you have a specific question about healing. Welcome. I am Blessed One. I love your vids a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. All right, Jen. Okay. Remind me of your question again, Jen. Was it a general, you just wanted to know about healing? Am I on the right path? Okay. Let's see. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Is Jen on the right path? I think we should use the tarot deck for this one. And also, if you guys want to know what decks I'm using, let me know. I'm going to try to figure out how I can like angle my camera towards my like tarot center, which is like over here, but I'm like talking here, so it's, yeah. Okay. Ooh. All right. So I just like opened my mouth to speak and like a bunch of cards flew out. So Spirit, are these cards meant to come up for Jen? Yes. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, Jen, is the Seven of Cups card that's coming out. So it's interesting because I specifically feel like the Seven of Cups is coming out to talk about your intuition. Like, it's almost like something in your life that you're navigating, or maybe your life in general, is going to be really dependent on you being able to follow your inner voice. The Seven of Cups can sometimes point to many options, but in this case specifically, I feel like it has to do with your intuition and the intuition that you're receiving. Like, maybe you're receiving multiple messages around things. It's almost this message of needing to clear out your intuition. Okay. Here's the message. I really feel the guides are coming forward strongly and saying, when you're confused about making a decision, because sometimes the Seven of Cups is about like, what do I do? There's so many options, like I'm confused. And of course, the Two of Wands reverse coming out on the bottom of the deck, kind of like about crossroads in your path. It's about what feels right on an emotional level through your heart. So in a TLDR way, it's kind of saying follow your heart, but it's more nuanced than that. The Strength card is about being brave. It's really about, for you, making the decision. And by the way, this could apply to big life decisions or also like day-to-day decisions. Like, should I be friends with this person? Should I hang out with them? Should I go here or should I do this? It's about learning how to make a decision through your heart. Like, are you listening to your inner child? That little voice inside of you. We have the Star card, beautiful, inspiration. And are you really doing what lights you up? Are you oh yeah, the Star card is really about your North Star. So this is all about your inner guidance and decision making. It's kind of the gist of this reading so far. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse, fulfillment in reverse, which kind of tells me, or it's kind of a message of saying like, if you felt unfulfilled in the past, or you're dealing with like situations in your life that don't feel that exciting, don't feel that fulfilling, you're not really happy, it's about somewhere along the lines you, and this is to no fault of your own, this is sometimes things that we learn, but making a decision that isn't really in alignment with what you truly want in your North Star. Like, so this is a reading of like realigning you. Like, this is almost a message that is trying to help you realign with what is right for you. And you can only know what's right for you based on how you feel intuitively, inside, and emotionally. And having the inner strength and the courage to speak up for yourself. So I don't know if this also has to do with communicating your truth to other people or setting boundaries or asking for what you need, but it's really about being brave and speaking up for your inner child. Let me know if this resonates, Jen, and if you have any like specific like clarifying questions around anything I've said, because this feels like a big life theme thing. This feels like you're really learning how to be loyal to yourself and how to, as a result, like manifest fulfillment and to be happy and to be aligned with your North Star, to like just feel good in your life, being like aligned. That's kind of the message. Let's see. Yeah. Very much thank you. Does it have to do with your twin flame? Absolutely, right? So anytime we're navigating a soul connection, a connection with someone else, they're always going to be mirroring to us how we're feeling inside, the things we're going through. So make sure that you're making those decisions from your heart, that it feels good. And make sure that you're making the decisions relative to your twin flame that feel good on a mental, emotional, and physical level. Pay attention to your body too. Like, does your body feel a sense of peace in making one decision or the other? Check in with how you're feeling and your inner voice. And really get clear. So also, I would recommend meditation for you, because we did have the Seven of Cups coming out. And sometimes that's a card of like, you're so emotionally overwhelmed with a million different ideas or choices or whatever that you feel like you can't think straight or you can't make a clear decision. So really spend some time clearing that up. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your question, Jen. I really hope it was helpful and healing and illuminating. All right. Thank you, everyone else. Welcome, Jack. Welcome, Melanie. Let's see. So, of course, you're so welcome, Jen. What is the energy with FONI? So right now in this live, and I might do it in the future, but I'm only kind of focusing on your own energy, just because when I'm reading for, if there's another person in the connection, like your twin flame or a soul connection, I always ask for permission from the higher self. And I think for now, we're just going to be focused on our personal energy. So if you want a healing message, let me see. I said I was getting back to Tewo. Let me see. All right. Melanie, if you're still here, feel free to type your name plus your question or healing message that you like. Let's see. Yeah, Blessing, if you have a question around your own healing journey, I'll probably do like a couple more readings, and then, do you do yes and no? No, I do not, love. I think that yes and no questions are a little bit too vague. Like, if I'm going to do a reading, I want it to be full and, like, in-depth and helpful. Let's see. All right. Tewo, let's try again. Tewo, what do I need to do next? Okay, I feel like I'm going through so much in needed direction. Okay, so for this question in specific, Spirit is never going to tell you what to do because Spirit honors your free will. And honestly, any reader who tells you what to do isn't really respecting your free will. But we can look into advice. Like, what is this perspective and what are the options you can take? All right, Tewo. Thank you so much for waiting. I'm so sorry the first reading wasn't coming through. Sometimes the energy just doesn't flow for whatever reason. All right, please, Spirit, give guidance for Tewo on different directions. Let's see. Needs a Spirit Animal deck. Let's see. What does Tewo need to know? Let's see. Whoa. Life is speeding up, Antelope Spirit. Okay, please give perspective. Please give tangible advice, Spirit. Be at home. Okay, I am actually feeling some energy flowing now. Spirit has your back. Trust in the magic. Let me get some tarot cards. I would like to get a bigger picture look at this. Okay, so the first message that is kind of coming through here that Spirit wants to say is that, ooh, okay, Queen of Wands, that came out twice. Thank you so much for the I don't know what is that called? Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you so much for the hearts, the little gifts. This is my first TikTok live, so I apologize if I have no idea what is going on with like the gifts and everything, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, Tewo, so this is very interesting because first of all, as I'm feeling into this, Spirit is showing me a pretty heavy energy. And we have Five of Wands, Chaos, Temperance, Healing, and a lot of other cards on the table. But I feel what Spirit wants to say first and foremost is slow down and take it easy on yourself, because I feel that you're juggling a lot of different things at once. Like, I can kind of feel this like really overwhelmed energy. You might be feeling like really burnt out or at your wit's end. There is a message here to first and foremost tend to your energy. Make sure that you're feeling okay. Yeah, okay. With this Life is Speeding Up card, I almost feel like your guides are saying, don't feel that you need to go at other people's paces, okay? So if you're feeling really burnt out, or you feel like you're trying to keep up with someone or kind of go at someone else's pace, don't feel pressured to do that. Because I almost feel like there's a need here to kind of stand on your own and to really make sure that the decisions that you're making and the way that you are taking care of yourself is really healing and nurturing. There's just a lot of heaviness here. Spirit, please give... I'm going to use a frequency deck. Spirit, please give a message that is for Tewo's highest good. Yeah. This might have been why I was having a little trouble tapping in earlier. Confidence. Okay, yeah. I wonder if this has to do with like standing up to people. This is really about, you might be struggling with low self-esteem when it comes to, yeah. You might be struggling with low self-esteem when it comes to like how you are navigating communication or connections with people, like whether it's a work or school or friendship kind of connection. There's a really strong message of Spirit like wanting you to be like, this is like a big message to be really gentle with yourself, because I feel a lot of exhaustion in your energy. Maybe that's why I was having trouble feeling it the first time. Confidence says, the self-doubt you are currently facing is not a match to what needs to be said or done. It says, dormant within you is a seed of confidence. Feel it within yourself. Water that confidence by asking others to tell you what your strengths really are. Okay. I sometimes, like, when I'm doing a reading and there will be a moment of clarity where I'm like, I know what the main message is. And the main message here is really coming down to you, like, it's almost like Spirit is saying, take this current period of your life, whatever you're going through, whether it's a situation, it's a connection, or a circumstance, and you really want to focus on gaining a strong sense of self-worth. And you're going to do that through being really compassionate with yourself, through having a lot of positive self-talk, through slowing down, through making sure that you have strong boundaries with other people so that you're not being almost dragged along with them. That was an image I got earlier. This is all about building up your sense of self-worth and your confidence, because I'm feeling this energy, and I'm feeling this energy of this like little inner child who is in a lot of pain and like not really feeling good about yourself. So this is an opportunity to really realize that you have a lot of self-worth. You have a lot to offer other people. And even if you're not offering other people something, like, you inherently have self-worth is the message here. Like, Spirit is almost like, this reading is coming through to say, like, the answer to your problems or whatever you're navigating at its core boils down to how you're feeling emotionally. So yeah. Now I have another card that kind of ties this together. Spirit. Yeah, that's really a really strong, whoa, really strong message. Okay. The Selves. Okay. I know exactly what's going on here. Okay. The Selves card. This is all about how you call yourself by one name, right? But you have many parts of yourself. There are different aspects to what make you you. And none of them are inherently wrong. So this card is actually showing me, this card comes up all the time when I'm doing readings and I'm talking about parts work. When we go through challenging experiences, Tewo, we fragment and we push away the parts of ourselves that other people reject and other people don't like, right? So this Selves card is basically coming out to talk about how there are parts of your personality or character traits or whatever that other people have pushed away or rejected or not really liked or given a sense of like, it's just not a loving energy that other people have given. And Spirit is saying it's time for you to see your value in every single part of yourself. That is really the message here. This is about healing. Really, this is about healing, like on a deep level, feeling good about yourself, being able to like love yourself, to say your own name and to say you're proud of yourself. Like, that is really the message that is coming through. Ameliorate. I've drawn this card before, and I know this card is about, let me look it up real quick. I have a general idea. Yeah. Let yourself feel a renewed hope and faith and a sense that you are truly blessed. You're entering a loving phase in your life. Yeah, so this for you, this is about moving away from challenges. Of course, you're so welcome. This is about, for you, moving out of those challenges, because there's a lot of challenges in your past, and like really moving into a sense of renewal. But Taywell, if there's one thing you take from this reading, and I can really feel how emotional this is for you, it's like, you gotta be the first person to hype yourself up, right? Like, I'm here hyping you up, and I want you to hype yourself up too. Like, I don't know, like, what you've dealt with like other people, and kind of the way that they've treated you. It doesn't feel like a good energy. But Spirit is saying, like, it's almost like you gave up on yourself or had this internal sense of despair, which I can relate to, but it's like, it's about you moving out of that now. Like, it's about you moving into that confidence, okay? Yeah, that is, yeah, I'm so glad that I came back around to do this reading, because this is a really strong energy and it's really flowing now. It could be that you were feeling really open and ready, but yeah. Thank you so much for letting me read your energy. This is so beautiful and like vulnerable of you. Do send me a DM. So everyone I read for, I always give them the option to have my free healing course. If you need like help with EFT tapping or processing stuck negative emotions, send me a DM. I will send that over to you. I like, the way that I do readings is I like to give people a way to like actually integrate the information. So like, I'm not just like a predictions reader. Like, I really am a healer at my core. So thank you so much for your beautiful question and letting me read your beautiful energy. Always DM me if you need more support or if you want the free healing course that can really help you, okay? Thank you so much, Taiwo. Yeah. Okay. All right. That was a lot of energy, guys. Okay. Sorry, give me a second. This is my first live, so I'm trying to navigate like going from reading to like reading the chat. You're so welcome, Taiwo. And if you ever need support, just DM me. Any kind of support and my free healing course, like my DMs are open. I'm sending you so much love, okay? Thank you so much for being here. And such a beautiful reading. Okay, let me scroll up, guys. Let me get caught up. Blessed, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just catch up, okay? We have Gabriella. Welcome, Gabriella. Welcome, Or95. Or95, okay, so I'm not going to be reading other people's energy in this live. However, in this live, if you would like a healing message for yourself, feel free to comment your name plus a question. Welcome, Alessandria. Yes, let me just get caught up and make sure that everyone is still here. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I'll probably do a couple more readings, okay? And then I'm gonna hop off for tonight. Let me get caught up. Hello, Caitlin. Okay, so, all right, Blessed. What was your question again? Do you want a general message? Okay, we're gonna do Blessed, and then I think I gotta just do whoever like comments after I'm done, just so I know that we're still here. General reading, okay. All right, Blessed. I am asking your guides to please step in, bringing through the messages that are for your highest good and ultimate healing. Thank you so much for being here with your beautiful energy. Let me see. I'm just going to wait for your guides to come in and give me a signal. Okay. Blessed. Please bring through messages that are for blessed, highest good, and ultimate healing, respecting free will. Okay. First card, Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Let me take a moment to jump to this energy because it's going to be a little jump in vibration from the other reading. Okay. Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. Let me take a moment. Okay, so the word abundance is coming through. So usually when I hear abundance, it has to do with like financial stuff. Abundance can also be like, sometimes spirit guides want to talk about like your abundance mentality because sometimes we can be limiting what we're receiving or not receiving. Yes, Gabriella, I can get to you after, okay? Let me just get through this reading first, but just stay here, comment your name and your question once I'm done. I'll get to you after, all right? Yeah, okay, abundance. Y'all, this is gonna give me like the ability to swap back and forth, like, whoa, okay. 10 of Pentacles, okay. I love it when tarot confirms what I just said, because I was hearing abundance, seeing like, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is the quintessential, like, physical stability, long-term stability, abundance card. So first of all, let me know if that makes sense. You can just give me a yes or no if that makes sense. And if it makes sense, I will continue along this thread. I just want to make sure we're in the right area with this reading, that the energy is resonating with you. Yes, okay, yes. All right. Queen of Wands plus the Sun. Lots of energy on this live. Let's see. Okay, so with this Sun card plus the Queen of Wands, your guides want you to be really confident in your ability to manifest, okay? So you might be making a big leap in your life or getting really financially stable with the Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation, getting really financially solid and stable. Okay, so I feel like there is a part of you that is feeling really confident about whatever you are manifesting in terms of your physical abundance, but there's deeper fears and deeper insecurities that I'm kind of feeling coming up that Spirit want to talk about. And they don't want to talk about that just because there's only insecurity, but it's almost like when we are in the process of manifesting, we can have sneaky subconscious blockages that just come up, right? Oh, the Fool card coming out, a new beginning. So there's a lot of positive energy here. I kind of want to like, whoa. King of Pentacles, security. It's a repeat message. I will say that the energy here does look pretty positive so far. So I've been pushing so much. Yeah, I can really see that you have been like like manifesting and thinking positively, but something that spirit wants to come through and say is that this is a process, and they don't want you to feel like just because you don't manifest this thing, this abundance right away, that things are wrong. They want you to take a long-term perspective, okay? And this is a really common message that I get when I am working with people who are manifesting. I will also manifest myself and understand how this works. Give me a second. Danny, yes, I am offering free healing messages. Yes, on a twin flame journey. Yeah, I want to get some messages from the Frequency Tarot. Okay, blessed. So the feeling that I'm receiving here is, okay, they're showing me the image of a tractor. So usually when I get images like that, it is a metaphor. But the image of a tractor is coming through, first of all, because of the symbology around like farming and abundance. That's almost like a metaphor, right? But it's almost like it's a slow moving energy. Like, for example, if you are on a tractor or whatever they have on farms and you are harvesting your crops, you're not going to be just like speeding through the field, right? Like, you're going to be slowly taking your time to harvest everything. So it's a slow burn energy, right? They're saying take your time. We have a potential coming out from the Frequency Tarot. Potential. Let me look at the guidebook, but it's almost like you are in, okay, your guys are giving me a lot of images, okay? So something they're also showing me in my mind as I'm reading this card is, also I've never gotten this many images in a row. Usually when I'm doing like one-on-one readings, it might be something about the live where like the clairvoyance is higher than usual, but it's almost like you're in the gestational period, like, of your manifestation. You really want to anchor this energy and to take time to figure out your long-term vision and to create stability via your root chakra. So grounding yourself, making the necessary changes in your life to manifest this and this stability. Let's read potential. You got a lot of abundance in your energy. This is like, okay, I have to say, blessed. You really are blessed. Like, your name is your name is definitely like on point, because you just have a very abundant energy. You do. This is really good. Like, this shows like all of the work that you've done to think abundantly, be in an abundance mindset, and you have. There technically is no such thing as like good luck, but if there was good luck, like, you would have good luck simply because of the energy you're putting out. Shall we read this? It says, if you've drawn this card upright, success awaits you. Everybody wants something, and everybody wants something badly enough. They are just not being honest with themselves about what they actually want. You might like the idea of a surfer, yet have never made consistent effort to surf regularly. Truth may be that you do not enjoy the pain that comes with paddling until your arms go numb and repeatedly having water shut up your nose. Therefore, the cost outweighs the benefit. But when it comes to the things that we want the most, the benefit outweighs the cost. So ask yourself, how am I willing to suffer? What do I want badly enough that the benefit outweighs the cost? Choose how you are willing to suffer, because that answer will actually get you somewhere. It is a question that can change your life. It is what makes me and you. It is what defines the things you love enough that you are willing to invite the contrast, the upsides and the downsides. It opens you up to your purpose. Your guides want you to let go of perfectionism as you are manifesting. The reason being is that even though we are creating our own reality, we are spiritual beings, we're manifesting, there's always going to be contrast. So your guides do not want you to become discouraged if you are manifesting and you are experiencing the unwanted, as Neville Goddard would say. In life, if you manifest, for example, your twin flame union, right? That's going to come with conflict and conflict resolution, and it's going to come with the fear of abandonment. If you're manifesting in a long-term relationship and stability and love, and this is what I experienced as well, manifesting in my twin flame union, it's going to come with a whole lot of triggers and a whole lot of healing. Just because you are experiencing the unwanted or the contrast, negative emotions, does not mean that you're manifesting wrong. Your guides are basically coming through and encouraging you to stay strong and steady in what you are manifesting. Your guys are also saying this is more of a confirmation than anything. Okay, so something kind of like the last message that is coming through, because honestly, it's kind of concise because they're almost showing me that you really do have it all together. They want you to keep going and continue. They're almost saying, okay, sometimes with messages, like they'll blip in and then like another message will come and they get all scrambled, so give me a second. It's almost like you get to decide what you want, is what they're saying. And no one else. They want you to take time to be clear about your vision for what you're calling in. Hi, Gallbladder Healing. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Be clear about your vision. Take time crafting your vision. Don't rush to the end. Remember that tractor analogy I gave where you're like harvesting your crops? It takes time, right? You don't want to rush the vision so that you manifest something that you're not entirely happy with. Take time. Also, figuring out what you want takes time. And it's almost like your guides are saying you have so much positive energy here. You have a lot of manifestational power because you genuinely have positive beliefs. And when you genuinely have positive beliefs, you're going to manifest things that are in alignment with that. So you have a lot of the work already done for you, but take time. You know, don't feel like you need to rush to get a certain result to feel worthy. Take time because, like that card, the potential card says, success awaits you. Right? But take the time and also be okay with the contrast that your manifestations bring, right? You're going to bring in the good. It's also going to bring in things that don't necessarily feel good as well. Thank you so much, Blessed. I hope that was healing, clarifying. It brought you messages. Like, you really have a beautiful energy. You're on the right track here. All right, guys, I think I'm going to do one more reading. And then I will hop off for tonight. I'm just overwhelmed. Yeah, I would say just take your time. Like, really, really just take your time. There is no rush to decide what or how you want to manifest. It's just a really encouraging message from your guides. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think you're so welcome, Blessed. If you ever need support, DM me. I can send you free resources or anything to support your journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I am gonna do one more reading because I've been on here for maybe an hour or so, and I gotta protect my energy. But I will try to be on more. I've been really feeling called to like be on lives and offer free readings and like free healings. Like it's just like exciting recently, so I just try to follow my intuition. Thank you so much for the heart. Thank you. Yeah, I think I will, okay, because Gabriella's been in here for a while. I want to get to her. And then Gallbladder Healing, try to catch me in the next live. I'm going to try to go live around this time. So I usually do my private readings from 4 to 9 PST. And then when I'm done with them is usually when I'm in like the reader energy. I've got all my cards ready. I've got everything, like all the energy clear. So I try to hop on and I'll try to do like 30 minutes to an hour of like healing messages. I really want to just give back to you guys. And also, I want to say, if you're ever on here and you're hearing a reading that is not necessarily yours, but you're resonating, I would say take that message too. Because oftentimes, like, we have a collective energy and one person will ask a question and we're going through the same stuff as them. So the reading and the messages can be really resonant. So, yeah, just tune in. All right. Gabriella. All right. Let me know your question. As it pertains to your own healing journey, and then we will close alive with your reading. We already have a card falling out, but let's see. Chariot. I'm curious to see what question you have. Chariot's all about like forward moving energy. I should be showing you guys. I'm just like staring at the cards by myself. But we have the Chariot. All right, Gabriella, let me know your question, and we will. Thank you so much for the kind words, everyone. Danny, I'm so sorry we couldn't get to you today, but I would say tune in tomorrow, probably around the same time. And I'll be offering like lots of free healing messages for everyone. I would always recommend being specific because the reason being a spirit or at least what I've been taught by my mentors, is spirit really does well when you have a really, like, the more powerful the reading will be based on how powerful the energy and the question you bring. So if you really want to know something and it's like something big and you're ready to like heal it or let go, but we can also do a general reading. Just let me know. Animal core. Spirit as in past, both. So when I say spirit, I mean spirit guides, past over loved ones, angels. Sometimes, like, I used to do readings where spirit guides would present themselves and show themselves to me, but as of late, we've just been really focused on messages, and so I set the intention that your spirit guides come through and deliver messages for your highest good and ultimate healing, and we just flow with it, whatever they want to bring through. Yeah. And of course, as a reader, I work in alignment with free will, and always honoring everyone's energetic boundaries, so I really just deliver messages from that energy. Let's see. Thank you for all the likes, everyone, and for being here. We've got such a beautiful energy on this live. All right, well, I'm just going to set the intention to see what Spirit wants to say. What should I do? Should I do anything about my first love? Okay. All right, Gabriella, Spirit Guides, please come through, deliver messages that are for her highest good and ultimate healing relative to her question. What should I do? What should I do? Anything about my first love? Please bring through the messages that will help her the most and give the most clarity. Oh, okay, I had a card flip in the deck. Oh, uniqueness. I wonder if the soul contract with this person that was your first love was all about kind of like owning your uniqueness and your unique expression. Let me look at this energy here. Okay. Oh, I can definitely feel it. Okay, let me look at this energy. There's always such like an energy shift between each reading. Okay, I do feel like tightness around the heart chakra and in the throat. Definitely, what I would say, there's definitely some unprocessed grief here as we tune into this. So if you've drawn this card upright, it is time to break the mold. It is often frightening to be authentic and show yourself completely as the unique individual that you are. You know what Spirit is showing me immediately as I'm reading this is you as a young child, almost being molded by your family, your parents, your society. And it's almost this feeling of this first love came into your life as a soul contract to get you to look at that pain, because it pertains to the rest of your life and it pertains to your overall life. Let me get some clarifiers here. The overall theme, though, is really about your individuality and your personality. Like, this is a big soul lesson for you. Let's see. Whoa. Be loyal to what you love. That's kind of like an inner child card. Time to heal, Snake Spirit. Let me know if you guys want me to show these cards. I don't know if I'm putting them too fast. Let me know. I can't read them when I have them that way. Snake Spirit, time to heal. Grasshopper Spirit, take a leap of faith. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. This is very interesting. I wonder if... Okay, so the energy that I'm kind of getting around, he definitely came to me when I was young and at the time of pain. Yeah. So I almost wonder if part of this connection has to do with the universe setting you up with a soul contract with this person to inspire you to take a leap of faith on your dreams, as well as, and your dreams specifically relevant to your uniqueness as a person. There's always going to be an element of fear when it comes to showing your true self, especially when it comes to like pursuing a dream or letting people see you pursue something, because it's very like tender, it's very like personal, you know? Yeah, big soul contract energy. And I gotta say, soul contracts are very common. Nothing scary about a soul contract. We have soul contracts with like everyone that we have a significant connection with. Time to heal. The snake spirit is coming through, and I'm almost being shown this image of the snake venom, but almost like a healing. Whoa, that card just jumped. A soul contract is basically a pre-birth intention that we make with someone before incarnating. So it's a spiritual contract, and it's not as scary as it sounds. It basically means that you agree on a soul level. I'm going to meet you in this life. You're going to inspire me or trigger me or support me to help me go through this lesson, because life is all about learning and healing and evolving and, you know, healing out of karmic contracts. So, okay, this take a leap of faith card, though, I feel, whoa. I don't know what it is about your reading, but all the energies, all the cards are jumping out of my hands, Gabriella. It's kind of crazy. Take a leap of faith. I think this is about taking a leap of faith on yourself. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have an ambition, no matter how big or small or however that looks for you, it is about, for you, this is a message of taking steps towards your goals and dreams, however that applies to you. Everyone's dreams are going to look different, but it's a strong message of whatever is in your heart there, whether it's manifesting that union, or you have a career goal, or you just see you want something specific out of your life. It's about following that. Learn from the past. Learning from whatever happened in the past. I'm also hearing like past mistakes. Maybe there was like conflict around friendships that you were almost going through. Otter spirit, you are never alone. Tend to the small things. Transformation is beautiful. Your guides are basically saying, so I just laughed because I saw Miro's message, want to have a soul contract with me. It's kind of funny. You transforming and going through this, even the pain that you've gone through in the past, is beautiful. I want to kind of, let's take a look at the tarot, because I feel like there's more here. There's more here. Let's see. All right. What does Gabrielle need to know for her highest good and ultimate healing? Wow. Whoa. Chariot again. Okay. So when I see a repeat card, I know that this is an energy that's accurate because it's coming out again and again. The Chariot came out before. We have the Chariot and the Hanged Man. Two major arcana cards, which are pretty big. Let me feel into what this is saying. We have the Two of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck, which is oftentimes like about relationships not fully working how we want them to. Okay, the energy is kind of like somber. I feel that your guides are almost showing me that there's a lot of like tender emotions inside, grief. And you have a very beautiful energy and a way of staying positive, but I almost feel that your guides want you to not feel like you need to be so strong emotionally, and even also like letting people in to see your more vulnerable parts. Like you might be the type of person who's always very strong for others. Like, oh my God, King of Cups support. Just as I said, you're always strong for others. Support, like you're always the person being in that supportive energy, but I almost feel like it's time to let other people support you. Because whatever's going on here, Ten of Swords in reversed, conclusions in reverse. Like, I feel like, oh, Ten of Wands, burdens. We have two tens here. So what that first love that you asked about, there's a lot of heaviness. We have the Hermit reversed on the bottom of the deck, which is sometimes about unhealthy isolation. Isolating yourself too much or hiding the parts of yourself that are in pain. And this is really about looking at that pain directly, talking to people about it when you have people you can trust to talk about it with, because it's almost like it's done, it happened, but then you are left with those feelings and that grief. And Spirit is showing me that you really trying to move forward, or there might even, it's interesting, this is a very interesting energy. I feel like I need more cards here because I feel like there's more that's going out. Something I will say is I don't want to go way too in depth into your personal business, like on a live. So I'm going to try to keep the messages like helpful, but also not too exposing, because Eight of Swords reversed, anxiety. What's the overall advice here? Let me see. Yeah. Go right ahead, all right. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Drama. The World reversed. Yeah. Okay, so I'm feeling... It's interesting because... How do I phrase this? Sometimes I feel energy, I'm not sure how to phrase it, but... I absolutely think and feel from this that in how this first love has affected you, it's something that is still in your energy for a reason. And I'm feeling compelled to say that the way that things ended or played out was not because you were a bad person or even because you did anything wrong. And that even applies if you made mistakes, blatant mistakes that you might look at and say to yourself, I wish I did things differently. This is about being very self-forgiving and tending to your anxiety, to almost like I almost wonder if you get into this space where you think and think and think and think a lot about this and kind of like get all twisted because you're thinking about it so much and there's just a lot of anxiety there. So what I would really say here is make sure you're focusing on self-love, self-compassion, being gentle with yourself, tending to how you feel. Let me know if this is making sense too. Let's see. Beginnings reversed. Higher purpose. Yeah, and we had the Chariot, which is about moving forward, in the Hanged Man. So in the Beginnings reverse card, it's almost like you want to move forward, you know you should move forward, but you can't move forward. Is the energy that I'm feeling. Yeah, yes it does. Okay. I'm glad it's resonating. I'm trying to get to the core of like the healing message of this reading. But I really feel that your guides, your whole spirit team is really asking for you to not force yourself forward yet, because you might feel like you're in a tailspin, feeling exhausted or depleted. Yeah, I'm really seeing that with the Beginnings card reverse. And also this card kind of reminds me of a butterfly, just the art of it. Butterflies really symbolize transformation. I don't think you should force yourself to go ahead, whether that's dating again, moving forward emotionally, cutting the past out of your life. Like, whatever happened here, you need to take time to digest it. If you're psychic, what's happening to me in 5 seconds? Yeah. So, I know there's a core healing message here. I'm trying to feel into what it is. Oh! You know what it is? It's almost like I'm feeling this stop and go where you're wanting to move forward or process these emotions and you're stopping yourself. And it's kind of like, you know, the image that they're giving me is like if you're in a car and you're like stepping on the gas, but then you're hitting the brake and you're constantly lurching forward and stopping, lurching forward and stopping. It's kind of like that energy. And I feel like your guys are saying, oh, okay, I can kind of understand the feeling. Okay, Gabriella. So, there's just a lot of energy here. I really hope this is helping you, by the way. And bringing healing. And if anything, like, you can sit with me in this space and just feel into and help yourself kind of like just sit with the feelings that are here, that are left over from the past. Thank you so much, Casey. That's so kind. You know what? It's always like I have a message coming, and then it's like I'm stopping myself. It might even be representing your energy here, like, yeah. I think we got to give this energy time. Like, maybe we sit with it. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I just dropped a card on the floor. All right. We have Canary Spirit, Sing Your Own Song in reversed. You still here, Gabriella? Let me know how this is landing for you, because I feel that Yeah, I feel like I'm honestly, I'm feeling guided to just like take my time delivering this message, because that's a message in itself, right? How the reading comes through is, so yeah, so many different cards. I feel that Spirit really doesn't want you to bypass this pain, okay? Spirit really wants you to take your time to slow down, to be with how painful this has been. Like, I also feel like this is probably something you haven't really talked about with people, and it just feels like something that you deserve support with, which is thankfully what you're getting here. Yeah. All right. Something I will say to you is I have lots of free healing resources. Feel free to DM me also after the live, because there's a lot of resources that I can send you to kind of help you process everything here and move forward when it feels ready. But the energy here is really just needing patience. Like kind of how your guys are almost saying, like, the way that I'm sitting here, taking my time with the energy, pausing, not forcing myself to go forward, is the same kind of energy that Spirit is saying they're really encouraging you to sit with when it comes to your love life, and also managing how you're responding to and thinking about this first love that was really impactful for you. Like, they don't want you to gloss this over. This is all about being with your feelings, being really gentle. Okay, Gabrielle, let me know if you have any clarity questions around that. Otherwise, I feel that your guys are kind of content to leave that where it is. Yeah, it's a very, like, your guys have a very patient, slow energy. I talk really fast, but they're having me, like, slow it down. Let me know if you have any clarification questions. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap up the live soon. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome, Lucas. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. That was my last reading of this live. However, I'm going to be trying to go live every single day to bring through free healing messages for you guys. I really just want to support everyone on this, in the spiritual community, on the twin flame journey, to bring through personal healing messages. You're so welcome, Gabriella. Feel free to DM me if you ever need support or free resources or anything like that. Thank you so much for letting me tap into your beautiful energy. Of course, thank you so much. Thank you, Gallbladder Healing. Let me know your name too, because I don't want to just call you Gallbladder Healing. Oh, that's a beautiful message. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to pull a final card for all of y'all, okay? Like a final, like collective message. Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you for your kind words. Hello, Haiti. All right, Spirit. Oh, you know what's fun? Okay, I have this deck that I use for, like, love readings. Whispers of Love. Funny story. When I was, like, in the process of manifesting twin flame union, I hired a coach who was having me, like, work with this deck to, like, help me love myself, basically. Haiti. Okay, beautiful name. All right, so let's pull a card from this deck, because I used to use this deck when I was, like, in the midst of learning how to love myself and manifest union, and it really helped me. It honestly did. All right, what's a closing message for everyone on this live? Also, you guys, let me know if the shuffling's too loud, because I can try using my earpods. Woo! And because they have, like, a mic on them. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. All right, this is the collective closing message for everyone. Don't worry. Okay, hope it's not too loud. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you. Welcome, Tatiana. Back to what you love. All right, guys, I'm just pulling a closing message for everyone. Let's see. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. Like, this whole deck, if you're getting into inner child healing, like, this deck is so beautiful. Here we go. So, you can change what you're doing at any time. You do not have to feel stuck. Go back to what you know, and more importantly, to what you love. Ask your angels to guide you with this process. You can do anything you genuinely want to do. Take inventory, look at where you got off track, and find what you need to do to get back to you. You are meant to live a life of happiness. Bliss, love, relationship, and wealth are your fate. This is a big message for the Twin Flame community too. Yeah. You can change your mind at any time and do something you've always longed to do. When you do something you love, you reconnect with your bliss. A girl celebrates as she finds a beautiful path before her. The doves flying next to her symbolize love, peace, and tranquility. The butterflies leading the way denote rejuvenation and transformation. A face in the distance is watching over this path as a reminder that you are never alone and your path is divinely guided. What a beautiful message. This relates to me too, guys. Like, this message is for me too. I've been wanting to go live for a while, but I've been scared. I'm not gonna lie. I've been scared, but I'm glad I did it today. What a beautiful message. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. I really enjoyed this live, and I want to try to go live every day. Yeah. And I've just been feeling really called to like do like healing messages, and also like I feel like a lot of the times, even when I'm doing like a one-on-one message here, you can, even if you're listening and the messages are applying to you, like you could take that too. Like, it's all from spirit. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the gifts. I'll be on tomorrow around the same time, so hope to catch you. And also, Haiti, we could do a reading for you then. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your night. I'm sending you guys so much love. All right. Take care.